Martin, what's up, brother? Remove. All right, Martin, I can hear you, sir. How are you?
I am good. A long time no see. So I just have a question for you. Can you tell me what country an FBA has run before?
Okay, you that moist dude from Nigeria, right?
I'm half Nigerian.
Okay. What's the other half?
And the other half is Israeli.
You're Nigerian and Israeli?
Yes.
How did that work?
My dad and my parents met in Atlanta, and that's where I was born. And I have an Israeli mom, and my dad is Nigerian.
Your mom is Israeli. Is
Yes.
she black Israeli?
No.
Your mom is a white Israeli?
Yes, Polish. Like
Polish.
my grandparents actually fled Poland during the Holocaust,
Okay.
and they went to Palestine, now Israel.
Okay. And your dad is Nigerian.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just want to know, like, what country has an FBA run before?
Well, speaking of run, you've been running all over the place, you and your family. I mean, damn.
No. Yeah,
Y'all been running all over the
because the Jews actually faced real persecution.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to FBAs. You guys were treated too well in this country.
Really?
Yep. Like I know Abraham Lincoln, tried to deport you guys, but that experiment failed when he tried to send you guys to Haiti, but you guys couldn't make it in Haiti, so they had you guys come back here, at least 500 of you guys.
Well, none of us, we weren't Haiti because we just didn't want to go to Haiti.
You guys, there was a movement. Abraham Lincoln tried to do it, but he failed, and the FBAs that went to Haiti failed, and the American government even had to bring them back because they were living so badly.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means, I don't know, it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, well, you brought it up.
I'm just asking what country has what country does foundational Black Americans run?
Well, we're under a global system of white supremacy, so Black people don't run any nations, but we don't run nations in the ground like Tethers like yourself do, though. You run nations in the ground.
No, well, at least half of my ancestry, we actually have a lot of power. So, no.
Not you. No, not you. You're a victim. No, you're a victim of the white supremacists. No. You don't have any power. You don't have, no. You're trying to claim the power of the white people in your family?
Well, I am an American citizen, and I am a citizen.
You're a Tether.
Yeah, Israel too.
Because you failed. You were failed Tether.
No, well.
Yeah, you were failed Tether.
Okay,
no, because you can't say nothing about it. The only reason you had to come here, you couldn't go to Israel. You couldn't do anything in Nigeria. So you had to come up under foundational Black Americans because we made a lane for you to bring you and your dripping bussy over here to live good, sir.
I don't think that's true. I could have made it in Israel.
No,
Israel
you could not.
They created.
But if you could have, you would. If you could have, you would have. But you didn't. You came over here under.
I didn't come over. My parents came over here, though.
We, sir, I know somebody fled. You always, but it was my uncle. Yeah, somebody fled.
Yeah, I didn't flee. How can I flee?
Yeah, no, you did flee. You flee and y'all fled.
No, I did not.
You fled. Yes, you fled. You and your family fled. Y'all fled.
No, we did not.
Yes, you did. And y'all up under here. What we built. Talking greasy.
You didn't build anything. Oh, so you built it for the white people then?
Yes, we did.
Built it for the white people.
We built it for ourselves. We built it for ourselves too.
No, you did not.
No. We didn't flee. We built it for ourselves so that we can be comfortable and so that you can be comfortable. Because if it wasn't for us building this place, you would be fleeing to somewhere in Europe on an inner tube, sir.
I don't know why you guys didn't flee in the first place. What?
Because we're not fleers, we're not cowards, sir. I know it's hard to believe that there are people who are just not cowardly. There's people out there who can stand up to oppression, which is what we did. You're so used to fleeing, you're like, how come everybody ain't fleeing?
No, no,
Not
Mike.
how life is. No, no,
No,
that's not how
no.
life is. You're not supposed to be running around like a bitch. You're supposed to stand up and stand for something every now and then, sir. I know that's a foreign concept, right?
No, you guys have it good here because of the white
Because we
people. They've
made
been
it
so
good here.
nice,
Because we made it good here.
and you guys
We made
didn't
it good here.
leave. I don't know why you
We
guys didn't leave.
because we're not fleers like you, sir.
So you want to live. So you guys need white people then.
We no, we don't.
Yes, you guys do, because you would have left if you guys were pro-black, but you love white people.
That's you projecting because your pussy is spread wide open for white daddy. That's you projecting, sir.
No,
That's nothing but
wait, is
that's you projecting. That is you projecting, sir. You got a white zaddy somewhere. That's why you so moist in your tie tongue. Zaddy to knock your tongue loose.
so does Marcel though. That
So
Marcel guy. I don't have any gays around me, but you do.
that's no, sir. You're moist and bussified,
So
which is
so is
but
Marcel.
but Marcel is a rider though. He's not a coon and a fleer. Marcel is in his ancestral homeland. That's why we respect him. He gets that respect.
So
He's not a buck broken fleeing Sambo like yourself, sir.
this foundational Black American movement is a gay movement. So of
Sir,
course,
to a nigga whose bussy is wide open, everything is gay. You see things through bussy vision, sir. That's how you see things. You see things bussy first, sir.
no, that's just projecting. So you
No,
guys,
no, 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 no. That's you. You're just saying stuff, sir. You're just saying stuff like a buck broken tether, right?
so you guys haven't run any society before. You guys just like to complain
Sir,
and
sir,
whine to the white man.
foundational Black Americans, as John Henry Clark has said, we've built more institutions independently than any Black group in the world.
Not compared to Jews though. Not compared to us though.
I said Black. Okay, us. Us who?
I'm Jewish.
What power do you have?
I'm just a nurse. I don't have any
Right. You
powers.
can't even make the lie up, can you? You can't even think of a good lie, huh?
No,
You ain't got no power as a Jewish
I don't
person.
have. I don't have any power.
The Jewish people who got power are the white ones. All right,
We're not. They're not white. They don't claim to be.
they're white enough. The ones who are white enough, they got the power. You don't, sir.
So you
You're trying.
guys are. So you.
You're trying to live vicariously through white daddy.
Well, that's
That's what
half of my heritage, though.
That's what makes you a buck broken buffoon. And you can't speak on FBA business because you don't have that spirit of standing up and fighting. You have been
No,
broken,
you guys
sir.
have been losing. You haven't been
Sir,
fighting. You've been losing.
losing is when you have to flee to a whole different country.
Losing is when you run the game.
No. You losing is when you have fled so much you don't know what to identify with. You don't know if you are Nigerian, Israeli, trans. You don't know what you are. You all over the place.
No, you guys didn't leave because you guys need white people. You guys, this would be a
We don't,
shithole without whites.
sir. We've built things better without them. We try to get the white supremacists out of our mix.
Then you guys should have left.
No, this is our land. Why are we
No,
going to
it's
leave
not. You guys
our
are from
land?
Africa.
No, sir. No.
You're
This is our
African.
land. No, dude. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Then what do you guys own then?
We
What do
are
you guys
foundational
control?
Black. We own more than you.
No, you guys don't.
Yes, we
Nope.
do. We own
No.
more property, land, businesses than you.
No, do
Yes,
you
we
know who
do.
my parents are?
Oh, I don't you
Really?
don't start with the Prince of Zamunda shit. I don't want to hear that.
No.
I don't want to hear that Prince of Zamunda. Y'all
I'm
always
not Prince
no,
of Jamunda, but
no, I don't want to hear it.
you guys don't
I
have
don't
any power though.
I don't want to hear it. I don't
Of
want to hear that Prince
course.
of Zamunda. Do you know who my parents? No, no,
Do
no,
you
no,
know
no,
who
no,
FBAs are? You
no, no,
guys are
no.
a gay movement
No,
though.
no, 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 no. You are a fleeing tether who didn't have anything going on in Africa, and you're up in Atlanta right now, eating off foundational Black Americans, sir.
I'm in Arizona, not in Atlanta, but whatever.
It
You guys
doesn't.
failed in America and you guys won't
No,
leave,
no,
even though
no, sir.
white
We're
people
fine.
want you to
We're
leave.
doing better than you.
No, you're not.
We're
You
no,
guys are
we're not getting whooped at the border. All right. We're not begging for green cards. We're not doing hand jobs for work visas, sir. So we're doing much better than
Why
you.
are you so obsessed about this gay stuff? Are you gay?
Because you were I know what you do. I can hear it in your voice, sir. We all know what you've done to get a green card to get over here, sir. We all know. We can hear it in your voice. That's why. And you want to know why we ain't building? The guy called earlier. How come we ain't building? This is why we ain't building. What we gonna build with this moist little old sassy musty tether? What we gonna build with him? What are we gonna build with this?
I don't represent all
You
African Israeli
represent enough.
people.
What we gonna build with this wide booty cat nigga right here? What we gonna build with you?
You're gay. You're a gay man. I know
You're
that for
projecting.
sure.
You're projecting, sir. Y'all want everybody. You want people to be gay with you. You're projecting, sir.
I
And
love.
your buck broken and your buck broken. What are we gonna do with this buck broken tether? All right.
God bless you, Tariq. God bless you. I
All
love
right.
you.
All
You
right.
have a
Get up
good
out.
night.
Get your ass up out of here. That's why. You want to know why we ain't building? That's why, right there. These folks come over here. You claim all of these different ethnicities, and your ass is right up under here under us, talking crazy about what we ain't building, while you fleeing, or in his words, fleeing. This nigga sound like Tweety Bird. No, not Tweety Bird. Sylvester the cat. Fucker and sucker fast. This nigga can't even talk without a damn lisp. Talking about what we got going on. Give me a damn break. That's why we ain't. That's why we're delineating. Because we get folks like this. This guy, if you get this guy in a room with us and some white supremacists, whose side do you think he's gonna be on? Let's keep it a buck. Whose side do you think he's gonna be on? They're gonna use him against us. That's why we're saying, hey, we're checking everybody's paperwork. Because we go after white supremacy, but we also go after the satellites of white supremacy too, and the minions of white supremacy. And they know how to get tethers. Let's keep it a buck. The white supremacists, they've mastered the art of using tethers. That's why Ben Shapiro and those guys always get tethers with their little think tanks to do the dirty work. They got rid of Candace Owens. They just got a brand new Candace Owens 2.0, that Ayan woman. They got them a Somali tether. They got a whole new one with a zaddy and all. They got a whole conveyor belt of mammies and tethers who come over here and do the dirty work for the white supremacists. They know who to get because they understand people who are not of our lineage, they're not going to have the same camaraderie as a foundational Black American person. So it's easier for them to undermine us. They understand that the white supremacists are very scientific with how they use tethers. They understand the contempt many of them secretly have for us. And I'm glad we started catching on. I caught on with Obama. I really started catching on when I saw how Obama was so contemptuous to us and how we elevated that Sambo and how he just continued that benign neglect policy against us and let us get slaughtered like that and didn't say or do anything. That made me wake up big time. That made me fully wake up. And that made a lot of us wake up. Let's be real. A lot of us, we got this delineation movement going on because of Obama's ass. That's really the thing that woke a lot of us up. We sat here with that whole, oh, black president, first black president. And that, a little moist Negro didn't. He wasn't on code with us. He didn't come from our lineage, and that was by design. Then I started putting two together. I said, wait a minute. When I look at a lot of these quote unquote black people who they have around the reins of power in the political realm, many of these people don't come from our lineage. I started picking up on that about a decade ago. Like Colin Powell, that nigga's Caribbean. Obama, Kenyan. Eric Holder, Caribbean. You know? So I started picking up on that real early. Kamala Harris, you see? Then we see the continuation of that. Karine Jean Pierre. Then I start looking at the people in the Congressional Black Caucus and all of these people. Oh, wait a minute. I start looking at these last names. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. Something is going on here. Then we start looking at Roland's fat ass and looking at his background and seeing that, wait a minute, there's a pattern here. These people are using foreign tethers to represent us, and that's why we ain't getting nothing done. I'm like, how come we got all these black people in all of these realms of power, quote unquote, but we ain't getting shit. We ain't getting no protection. We're not getting no resources. How come we ain't getting nothing? And how come these Negroes ain't saying nothing? That's because they don't feel like they have some type of camaraderie with us because they're not from our lineage. That makes a difference. Because people who are from the lineage, even if they're in the political realm, instinctively, their ancestral spirit is going to make them say something and do something for the culture. And I always use the example of Marion Barry. People can say whatever about Marion Barry. He was on the pipe or whatever, but Marion Barry was a rider for the black people of DC. Marion Barry was a rider for the community. You see? He wasn't nobody's coon. Yeah, he was on the pipe, but he wasn't a coon, and he represented the community. He made sure that people got something. You see? So we got to understand how scientific these white supremacists are with using tethers against our ass. That's why we can't be on no kumbaya and we all in this together when they're screening people who are being sent in our circles to undermine us. We can't go for that. And we won't go for that. Sharif, hop on. And I see you got a gazillion flags, Sharif. What's up, Sharif?
I just wanted to talk about the irony of an African Jew talking about ownership and claiming that Black Americans don't really have ownership because, I mean, he can go to Israel and see how the Black Jews are treated there. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they won't even take his blood. And they were
Oh,
secretly,
they sterilized one. They
oh, yeah,
sterilized
they
one.
were secretly sterilizing the Black Jewish women
Oh, yeah.
for quite a while. And on
Oh,
top of
yeah.
that, I mean, Israel doesn't own that land. They stole that land from the Palestinians. So for a Black Jew to be talking about what Black Americans own or don't own is irony to the highest degree.
Mhm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Sharif. Appreciate you. All right. We got a lot of folks in the building. How many folks? Well, we in here heavy. We are in here heavy in the middle of the night. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me get Wani, hop on. Let me get my sister Wani, because Wani's back on here. Let me get my sister Wani on here real quick. And I want everybody to follow our sister Wani. Oh, well, yeah, when I'm trying to add you on, it's not letting me add you on, dear. I wanted to get Wani up here so everybody can follow her because Wani be in here giving folks the business. Where you at, Wani? There she is. What's,
Hey,
hey, beloved, how are you, dear?
hi, just laying down listening.
Yes, indeed. What do you think about the moist tether who just called up, talking about we don't FBAs don't run anything and all of that?
Oh boy. First of all, I wish he would have come in the room because I really would have loved that. The lisp was really, it was epic. It really was epic. I loved it. I would
Yes.
pay him to come in the room and be roasted.
Yeah.
It-
Yes,
Is he
yes,
taking Cash App? Seriously.
man.
That was the most pompous, lispy nothing that I ever heard in my life. He wins.
Mm.
He's the best one so far.
Man. I've been going in and out of you guys' spaces, and everybody follows Sister Wani on here. You guys have been going in on them tethers all night. What have they been calling and talking about? What's some of the main things that they've been calling, saying?
They really have not come up like I thought they would. I thought they would come in there and say what they normally say. What gets me is when they try to say we have the same food, we're the same people, but everybody on the earth has their own group. And the minute that we say we're our own ethnic group, it's a problem and it doesn't make any sense. Nobody else is being challenged.
Yeah, yeah, just like the Lispy guy, like y'all African, but then y'all FBAs ain't this, ain't that, but then y'all African, so they don't know what they don't know. They haven't decided on are they going to other us or are we them. They don't know how to tell the lie. They don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, I agree. We just are not part of that global hierarchy. We have bucked the system and they can't figure out where to place us. We are created here in America. We are an ethnogenesis created in America, and they just can't understand it. They want to say we're African, they want to say this and that, and try to kick us out of the country, and it's not going to work. We've been here too long from the very beginning.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, beloved. I get you back on shortly. But yeah, the whole thing where the guy was like, "Y'all, how come y'all niggas didn't leave?" I, not fleeing is just it's foreign to them. Just the fact that if shit get bad and if you stand up and fight for your damn self, that's like science fiction to a tether. It's like, what, y'all niggas didn't flee? What is wrong with you niggas? No, you ain't supposed to be running all over the damn place. No, you don't do that. That's foreign to some people. You're not supposed to be fleeing every time something goes bad. Man, we listen. That's why we got a magical spirit, man. We have a God spirit that was placed in us to show people how to stand up for your damn self. There's a reason why people emulate our culture and emulate foundational Black Americans all over the world. They know what strength is. They see that we, as a minority here, we're minority here, but we're the ones. We have no problem standing up. We ain't punks at all. We've stood up to these people to the point where we've at least made ourselves comfortable so we're not living in squalor. We refuse to live in squalor. That's the thing about us. We're not going to have these folks putting us in shanty towns and E. coli rivers and all. No. We're not going to be living like rats. No, we ain't going to be living like that. Especially on our land in a nation we built. We're going to get a piece of the damn pie or all of it gets burned down. That has been our mindset. And we've stood up to these folks. And when people talk about how comfortable we are, that's because we created that comfort. Tethers be thinking that really, let's keep it a buck. Tethers think it's that it's almost like it's like a big episode of Different Strokes. They look at white people as Mr. Drummond. You understand? And they come over here thinking they're going to be Arnold and Willis. They think that it's just good, nice white people who just are benevolent and kind. It's that Sally Struthers thing. They think all white people are like Sally Struthers and want to help them. No, they don't. They do not. We had to fight these white supremacists in order to get the little stuff we got. We had to step to them to get what we got and to help get them what they got. I want y'all to understand that shit. If you are a foreigner who comes over here, if you are a non-white foreigner, and that not just for the Africans and the Caribbeans, that goes for the Asians and the white Hispanics too, because they weren't trying to give your ass nothing either. if you are a foreigner who comes to the United States and you're able to live good, you better thank foundational Black Americans for that. Any Asians in here, that goes for you too. Y'all better remember they had the yellow peril. The white people were hating on Asian folks. While y'all come over here with the Andy Yongos and Ian Miles Cheong and y'all try to identify with these white supremacists were shitting on you. They were the ones coming up with all of these derogatory names and these derogatory images of Asian people, that Fu Manchu, Charlie Chan, these stereotypical images. They were doing that. We were the ones embracing the Asian community when they came here. We were the ones patronizing the businesses. We were the ones patronizing those movies that were being sent over here in those urban theaters that white people weren't even going to those theaters at the time because there was white flight. Those Chinese movies we grew up watching, those were in those urban theaters that they bought for cheap. Those urban theaters bought those movies and blaxploitation movies. That's why when we were growing up, we would see Dolomite movies and the Chinese kung fu flicks, and then they started meshing kung fu and blaxploitation together. That was us doing that and propping that up. You understand? Because we saw you being marginalized. We thought that, hey, this is another marginalized minority, so we felt a camaraderie. That's why some of our icons, like the Black Panthers, were speaking up for Asians during the Vietnam War. Muhammad Ali speaking up, saying, hey, those people, they never harmed me, standing on business. We were helping these folks. We were standing up, being the moral authority, saying, hey, we don't want to harm those people. Y'all don't have that kind of spirit. Y'all don't do that for us. When has another group stood up and say, hey, I don't like the way they're treating Black folks, so I'm going to stand up. I'm going to put something on the line because I don't want to harm Black folks. I don't want to see Black folks harmed, so I'll put my career on the line. Who in the fuck has done that for us? For real. Let's keep it a buck. Who's done that for us? Nobody. So yeah, I don't let nobody come over here and talk greasy. We've done too much for too many people. We've helped so many people. We helped them come over here and we help them come over here and eat. We help them come over here and get comfortable. So nobody's going to fix their mouth and say nothing greasy about foundational Black Americans. We shutting all that stuff down. Sister Brooke, hop on in here, beloved. Miss Brooke, hop on in here, dear.
Sorry, I forgot to turn up the mute button. How are you tonight?
I'm good, dear. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so I always take notes. I have a couple of things. One, when people talk, I hear a lot of people talk about, the fact that Black people are supposedly the only people that use the word that was created to negatively address them as a slang. And in New York, in corporate, I worked with a lot of different white people, Irish people, Italian people, Jewish people. And I'm telling you, within their own conversations, they all have a word that they use that we can't use.
Right.
Italians, and I'll tell you the funniest story is when Jersey Shore was on. The Italians were pissed. They were calling them guineas all over the place. How's these horrid guineas were all over the TV making Italians look bad. I will never forget that. I've heard Jewish women refer to themselves as in a negative way as Japs, Jewish American princesses. I've heard them use words within their own cultural group. It's just that because we're foundational Black Americans, whatever word we use is cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that is why it's so widespread. It's not because we're the only people that use a word that nobody else can use. The other thing is, yes, I think it was yesterday. It might have been a few days before that. You were talking about the fact that about when other people try to do, when other groups of Black people try to do Black TV in America, how it doesn't really translate.
Right.
And I wanted to bring up this show called The Other Black Girl, right? This show, it's you could tell they put a lot of money into the production, right? Which is what made me keep watching it. But the jokes and stuff, they had this one girl that was supposed to be kind of hood and like spiritual, natural, that type of girl. And the things she was saying, it just didn't culturally make any sense. And this one, I was like, no American wrote this. I don't know
Right.
who wrote this. I was like, who wrote this? Like it just didn't make sense. And I just saw it didn't get a second season. So I just wanted to point that out as one of the things that like she was making jokes about CMOS and how her grandmother said it cured her cancer. I was like, nobody says stuff like that. It's so stupid.
Right.
Like
And
nobody says that.
right. Thank you, beloved. Let me touch on that. Yeah, a lot of these shows, man, they're flopping. These so-called black shows, they're flopping because we can't relate to these people. We just can't really relate to them like that. We can't really feel their energy like that. You think? And the jokes are dry. You can see the people writing it. They're writing it from the perspective of a white person emulating black people. And you can feel that. Just like with the Good Times cartoon. That I got through 10 minutes and barely got through that. I couldn't watch no more. You can clearly tell this was penned by Tethers. The jokes were horrible. And if you could call them jokes, it was a bunch of stereotypes without a punchline. And that's not how we roll. It was just completely unfunny. And you can tell that it's somebody who basically comes from a different culture, and they think if they just use a bunch of slang that they will kind of get over and appear to be a foundational black American if they just use gratuitous slang and just indulge in a bunch of stereotypes. No, 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 it don't work like that. Because the thing about foundational black American culture, the great thing about us is that we have a vast array of different sectors within our culture. So yeah, we have the ratchetness, but what balances it out is we have the middle class people, the upstanding people, the upper class people, the conscious people. We have a diversity within our culture that's very unique. So when I see somebody just showing the ratchetness, which is what we see a lot of on BET, you got to understand BET, and I saw this early on BET, the programmers, all of them are tethers up there at BET. When you look at the behind the scenes stuff at BET, those are tethers running that shit up there. White people at Viacom and tethers, program directors, these are non FBA people promoting that stuff. When Bob Johnson was up there, let me give you another example. When Bob Johnson was running BET, yeah, you had some ratchetness, but he balanced it out. You had Teen Summit. Then you had BET News. You had Donnie Simpson, who was a very respectable guy. I love Donnie Simpson in Video Soul. Y'all remember that? You had the FBA brothers and sisters showing different dynamics of black society, balancing the ratchetness out. So it wasn't so bad. Once they sold it to Viacom, all we got was ratchetness. Teen Summit gone, no conscious discussions, no progressive discussions, nothing. You see? So when other people get a hold of our culture, they bastardize it, and then they just focus on the underbelly, and then they present that as the culture. That's why when you look at hip hop now, hip hop radio, and hip hop programming, it's primarily Tether's doing it. And what do we have? Sexy Red, Glorilla, Sukihana. You see, ain't no more Lauryn Hills, ain't no new Jill Scotts. You understand? Ain't no more Shantae Moores like that. You see? Melrose, hop on, brother.
Peace, Tariq. Am I coming through loud and
Yes, you are.
clear?
What's up, family?
Awesome. Yo, I could already imagine the thumbnail, the YouTube thumbnail for that moist tether talking about we ain't built nothing and we need white people. I could already imagine it.
Man,
But y'all, I just wanted to say thank you to you and to the entire FBA family for your continued contributions and efforts towards our reparations and overall empowerment and justice.
yes, sir. Man, I appreciate
And I also wanted to say, since you're here in New York, I want to recommend 2 spots for you. One is called Charles Pan Fried Chicken. There's 3 locations, 2 in Harlem and one on the Upper West Side on 72nd Street.
What's the name of it?
FBA owned and operated. Charles Pan Fried Chicken. It's FBA owned and operated. You're gonna love it.
I'm going up there tomorrow. I'm going there.
Awesome.
What's a good clothing store to get some fly gear out here in New York? I used to go to Dr. J's. What else is good out here?
Me personally, I do like Macy's and Saks, and then other than that, I just make my own stuff, and then I just buy locally. So that's personally what I do.
Okay. Well, good looking out, Mel.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, bro. My New York,
and
let me know my New York family in Harlem or whatever. I know there got to be some spots in Harlem. Where are the fly clothes spots? Where you get all the fly clothes? I want to get some clothes because New York, they always got clothes that we ain't got back home in LA. So where can we get the fly new fashions out here in New York? Y'all help me out. Let me know what stores. Usually I go up to Harlem and go to Dr. J's or some of those stores over there by the Apollo.
In the rhythm of life, there's a melody that dances with every step we take. And in those steps, there's a tale of legacy, of culture, and of the spirits that guide us. Introducing Root Work, where tradition and heritage intertwine. Crafted from the essence of foundational Black American root work deodorant is more than just a scent. It's a connection to the spirits of our ancestors, with 6 enchanting scents to choose from, each infused with the potent High John the Conqueror root, known for its healing and protective properties. Long-lasting and enchanting, Root Work deodorant will keep you feeling fresh while embracing the spirit of Mojora, the very essence of Root Work culture. Root Work deodorant, where tradition and heritage intertwine. Experience the power at rootworkstyle.com. Let your spirit dance in the rhythm of Root Work.